Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For those tuning in on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad you all could join us. Going to bring in our friends over on IG so they can be part of our chat. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. Have a returning guest that's joining us. She has new music that's out now. Also, we're going to talk to her about what she's been able to do in promoting the message of her book as well. We're now live on the Amazon Live side with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. I'm going to type you guys in a welcome message over there. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button on Amazon, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the book and music by our next guest, Kate Thurman, or Kate Elizabeth, as you guys know her musically, is joining us again here on the program. I'm going to talk to her about the book you guys can see here. I'm going to highlight for you guys on the Amazon side, Beauty Via the Tears. You all can see here, but also you'll see the music by Kate as well, Faith That Carries Me. You guys couldn't see it there. And also she has her single For My Boaz, her new single as well. Kate, my friend, welcome back to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me, Cyrus. I'm excited to be here.
Look, it's glad to have you on. Every time we have you on, you have something new. We have to do something about it.
I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna sit down somewhere.
Yeah, okay, now y'all heard her say that. But Kate, congratulations on the new single For My
Thank
Boaz. We're going to get into that here in a bit. But talk to us about this experience. I know you just had a book signing. You were just telling me about yesterday. What has it been like for you to continue to see the way that people are responding to the book, Beauty Beyond the Tears?
Oh my gosh, it felt good. Someone came up to me and she said, "I've been hearing about this. I wanna get this book." And I was like, "Oh, little old me, thank you." I was so excited. It felt good to have the people come around and to be able to talk about the book and to hear so many people talk about, oh, I've had either their wife or daughters or friend, someone go through the same thing that I went through. And it's huge. Miscarriage means something to a lot of us in this world. So I felt good. I felt good after the book signing.
Yeah. Well, Kate, I mess with you a lot and for good reason, but mainly because you you do so much. You outside of you having the book Beauty Beyond the Tears that our audience can get here, you also now, of course, are releasing music. We're gonna get more into that. You also are a speaker too. Could you have imagined though, some 10 years ago, that you would be doing the things that you are now and reaching the people like you are?
No. 10 years ago, no. I would have thought that I'll just be a soccer mom or something, or just because I'm a routine person. So I would have been okay with the routine. Just yeah, I would have been okay with the routine.
But there was definitely something more for you to be able to do. And part of that is in sharing your story like you did in 2025 with this book. Now, you just alluded to some of what you talk about in Beauty Beyond the Tears, Kate. Of course, one of the things you talk about is your miscarriage journey with your husband, Chris Thurman. We've talked about that before, but also the idea of faith in the middle of a storm. And I want to talk about this for a second, Kate, because I think for our audience out there, as they're kind of looking at what's happening in the world right now, a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are disappointed. A lot of them have lost hope. What has
Yeah.
it been like for you to be able to show through your book and through your message that there is a reason to keep going and there is something that they can look forward to beyond their current circumstances?
It's been good to be able to talk to people not only about what I've been through with Chris. Chris and I go through the things. We both grieve in our own way, but we were there for each other. So the first things I like to try to tell people is, as long as you have that support system, that's first. But the main thing is not losing your faith in God. And when you have that support system, that you know that God put you together, and you are able to continue to gravitate towards your faith, continue to grow in your faith, and know that you don't have to give up. We talk about Job in the book, we talk about it all the time, you and I.
Hmm.
And I, in person, I talk to people about it. I say, if you take the story of Job and you apply it, that yeah, you can't always look at what you lost. Look at what Job lost.
Hmm. Yeah.
A lot of times people talk about, oh, Job got double for his trouble, but no, 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 no. Look what he went through. The fact is, Job never lost his faith.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
God. Even when he would question every now and then, he still kept his faith. So I talk to people all the time about that. I know the first thing I hear is, oh, he got double for his trouble. No, no, no. That's not what I was feeling when we put that in the book. When with Beauty Beyond the Tears is not about the double for my trouble. Is I wanted to make sure I let everyone know that I kept the faith.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello to you, Miss Thurman. Good to be able to see you over there on Facebook. Glad you could be able to join us. And you bring up a really good point. I was just talking about Job earlier in a radio conversation. Our audience is going to hear Letter Kate. And what I also think people forget, for people who just, even if you just read the first 3 chapters of Job, you'll see
Mm-hmm.
that all of what people try to blame on God was not God.
No,
And I
no,
think a lot of times people forget that,
they
Kate.
do.
They because they think, well, God did this, God caused this
God
to
do.
happen.
Mm-mm.
And Job, we're able to get a bird's eye view of the saying that there was something bigger that Job didn't even realize was going
Mm-mm.
on. What was
Exactly.
that like for you to think about when you think about your own loss? Because it's not just loss in the way of of miscarriages, Kate, that you talk about. You talk about being able to lose property, lose a home, lose
Yes.
other loved ones. What was it like for you to keep that in mind as you were going through your own challenges?
It was important to make sure that I put that in the book and let everyone know it's not just my miscarriage journey. It was important to me because I wanted people to get a feel of what I went through in my life outside of just trying to have a baby and we're always miscarrying.
Hmm.
That wasn't it. It was, you got to understand that everything that I do in my life, if I'm going to let you win, I'm going to let you in. So with the nonprofit, I when I lost my home in a fire, I didn't have anyone outside of 401k and working. We didn't have anyone to help us. So
Hmm.
in starting that nonprofit on my side, Chris has his reason. Yes, he said before, we're both givers. We are.
Yeah.
But we both have individual reasons why we came together and why this is so important to us. Angelica Bliss is very important, but that was why it was important to put that in the book to let
Mhm.
you know that I'm letting you in my life. But not only is it miscarriage that I lost my sister on my birthday.
Mhm.
Mm. And being the one to carry the weight of having to make that final decision when it came to my sister. Um, Dealing with all of the things that came with those babies losing their mom. Um, and the trauma that came before even that. So it was a lot on my plate. And when I let you into my life and Beauty Beyond the Tears, I let you into my life. And I
Right.
want you to see everything.
Yeah. You definitely do that. Hello to you, Daniel. Good to be to see you over there on IG. ESP presents hello to you. She says hello to you as well, Kate as well. For those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents. We're on Amazon Live, but we're simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, as well as on Instagram. Kate Thurman is back with us. She's a best-selling author, motivational speaker. She's also a media host. You just heard her talk about her work she does with her nonprofit as well with her husband. But she's also added a new title to her name in 2025, and that is songwriter. So, Kate, we have to talk about that. When you were on the program last time, we talked about the single Faith That Carries Me. I'm going to highlight it for our audience on the Amazon side. You released a few more songs, Kate, since then.
I know I'm always doing something. You had to get me right.
Now, for you guys joining us on the Amazon side, you'll see by his design. But if you click on that, you'll be able to see the single that we're going to talk about now for my Boaz. Talk to us about this single. First of all, what was it like for you? Because music has been a part of your life, Kate. What was it like for you to return to that in 2025 and now to be able to share that with the world? Chris is laughing over there.
Woo. He's laughing because behind the scenes, I got to tell him behind the scenes, you and Chris keep me together. Because I want to do this. Okay, back to the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Okay. Well, to come back to music, I think I talked about before, and I'm always open to talk about it. Silence kept me hidden behind a lot of things.
Hmm.
My first love was music. I was a singing little somebody, and when I felt like people didn't want to hear me, that shut down the singing, that shut down all of it.
Hmm.
And then I started to tell myself, I don't like the way I sound anymore. And all of the things, right? Well, when we did Beauty Beyond the Tears, I would hear melodies after this was done, the book was done. And I wanted to make sure that people still heard my story from Beauty Beyond the Tears,
Mm,
because Beauty Beyond the Tears is the season that I'm in right now. And
mm,
so when we did to come back and do Faith That Carries Me, um, through music was like, whoa, I can do this. So it was like something else was awakening me. It was another level to me speaking out to
yeah.
do the music and the book at the same time. Just it feels good to be able to come back now and because I do the chronicles and I talk about, hey, break the silence, but I live in what I preach or what I teach and what I say. I live that out daily. So we're breaking the silence for real over here.
Mm.
Over here.
Uh, ESP Presents has called me messy over there on IG. I'm an ESP Presents. Don't be She says,
Uh-uh.
Cyrus, this is a good messy you're doing. Love my literary brother. Look, I wasn't being messy, ESP Presents. I'm just saying she does a lot, and she's right. She needs to. Chris says, "Amen."
Y'all cannot be on the interview getting me on it. That's supposed to be behind the scenes.
But no, but you know what, Kate? I think this is an important point though, because here in it's so interesting because 2025, the big thing started off being the book, and then of course,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, you'll be able to see how you could share music, and yet, like we talked about at the beginning of this conversation, but yet here we are, people are still discovering the book. So
Mhm.
how do you? I want you to talk to those multi hyphenated creatives out there for a second, because a lot of us, myself included, we do a lot of things. How do you balance it? How do you balance what you do so that you don't get overwhelmed?
Ooh, prayer. There are times, if I'm being 100% honest, there are times where I have these moments and I'll send you a message and they don't know. I'm blowing you up at 1, 2 in the morning
Mhm.
sometimes. And there are times when I will have those moments of, I need a break. But I, I balance it by having a tribe. I do. Not only are you my friend, you're my publicist, you're a wonderful man of God, you're my manager. So you're all of those things. And then I have that man across the way, that husband of mine, my better half, we are one, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
just want to put that out there for him, so he can, remember that. But
Yeah.
I have you. I have him. I can text friends and family. I could text Pastor Trace. I can text a lot of people. I can text my very rare. I can text. I I just have a tribe.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, my mom, like my daughter. It doesn't matter. I have people, truly people that will pray. I can text people and just say, I need you to pray. And they're right there. You all are right there. Let's pray.
Mhm.
And then when you pray and I'm praying and we're sitting in prayer, and because the Bible said when 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, there he is in the mix. So that's how I am able to continue on, because I do have my moments. I
Yeah.
have my moments. I'm like, all right, Cyrus, I was just having me a moment, and I had to step, and sometimes I have to step back and pray.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think that's a great reminder for all of us. I think it's great to have different things we're able to do and different gifts. All of us have different gifts. I think finding that balance is so important for sure. But let's go back to the book then, Kate, because as you just saw at your book signing, people are still, they may have heard about the book, but some people are just reading the book. What do
Mhm.
you hope the book does for people who have gone through challenges in their lives, gone through moments where they doubted God's love, doubted if God was there for them? What do you hope the book does for them in reaching them there?
I want them to get the book. I want even the ones that got the book yesterday. I can't wait to hear them come back and say, you know what? I read this book and there was a time and I sent this book to this person, or that person read the book and they went through what you went through, but after they reading the book, we know that there's still hope. We're gonna keep the faith. When I was telling everybody about the book, I let them know that this is a faith-based book. If you're gonna get this book, it's a faith-based book. I need you to, you know, have your heart open, your posture towards the Lord, so you can read this book and get what the book is meant to do. And the book is meant to help you keep your faith. Don't lose your faith. And
Yeah.
that's what I want people to get from that book.
Yeah. And when it comes to the music, you're able to use technology. There's a site that a lot of people are hearing about, Suno, that is helping a lot of people to be able to share their messages. Talk to us about what that was like for you, because I love the fact that you talked about music is something you've always done, and you are someone that sings, but now you have this ability to be able to really on your own, to be able to write music, to then share it with the world here on Amazon. What was
Hmm.
it like for you to know that there's something out there that can help you to share your voice that way, Kate?
Ooh, it was exciting because when I started being in the music field a couple years ago, it was through my daughter. My daughter sings, acts, rap, then she does all of that as well.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
on the back end, I was like a little manager. I thought I was somebody. And on the back end, you have to pay for all of this studio here and pay for the
mhm.
studio there. And even now, if I go in the studio now, you got that costs money. But to be
Yeah,
able to be able to sing your voice in there, write your own stuff. Now I'm a producer. I'm a
mhm,
songwriter, so that feels good. It feels
yeah,
good to be able to have it right there at your fingertips to be able to do it. Even
yeah,
though, yeah, you can sing and yeah, you can write, but to put music to your vision right there at your fingertips and not having to break the bank to do it.
yeah. It's
That
it's
feels
a
good.
wonderful. Dr. Claire, hello to you. Good to be able to see you over there on Facebook. Glad you could be able to join us. And yes, for anyone who's coming in late, don't worry. The replay will be available for you guys as well. So, Kate, it's hard to believe we're only in the second month of 2026. But I know you have a lot of great things that are happening. You mentioned earlier about the nonprofit Angelically Blessed. You have the gala that's coming up. Talk to us about that and what people can expect.
From the gala, the Sapphire Rain Gala this year is walking in kingdom authority, and that's why we wanted to do. And even down to the honorees that the Lord placed in us to honor. You're the one of the biggest recipient this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Um, the Angelica Bless is Angelica Bless, and we have two major awards each year. You are the recipient of the Male Award, the Heart of Gold Award, which is the award that Chris awards people who help in the community, and not just the community. You have to help Angelica Bless get the message out, and you have done so. So it's walking in kingdom authority. That's what we are doing with the Sapphire Rain Gala, being able to honor those who do the same thing that we do in the community, because we have to help each other. And that's
Yeah.
why we do the gala, is to, because a lot of times works like when we're doing community work and we're giving back, that's unfortunately sometimes that goes unnoticed. and uh,
Yeah.
and uh, and even the ones that notices it, like people like you are one of those type of people who, oh, I just do it. The Lord told me to do it, and I just bless this person, bless that person. Well, we notice
Mhm.
because we want to recognize the people who are out there doing the same work, because it matters when you can
Mhm.
help someone else. Because I didn't have that. I did
Yeah.
not have support like that, and I got used to doing things on my own. And it's not good to always just be okay to do things and just going, oh, it's okay. When you have a team of people or people who notice the work you do, it matters.
Mhm. Well, I appreciate that for sure. Hello to you, Lawana. Good to be able to see you over there. Who's joining us over on Facebook? Also, MB. Hello to you. Good to be able to see you as well. And thank you for that, Lawana. I appreciate that, and thank you, Chris, as well. I appreciate you guys. Tamika, hello to you over there on Facebook. Good to be able to see you as well. Tamika, Leslie. Let's see. And Lawana says, I love the work that Kate and Christopher are doing. Their passion
Thank
shines
you.
brightly and how they show up for the world. Thank you for caring. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Lawana. So definitely we want our audience to know then, Kate, how can our audience stay connected? Another book is here on Amazon, Beauty Beyond the Tears. You all can get Kate's singles. Faith That Carries Me is available here on Amazon, as well as her new single for Chris, For My Boaz. You can get it there as well on Amazon. But how can they stay connected with you and find out more information about the gala, Kate?
So it's all of my social media, Kate Thurman, but we have a link tree and all of the information, the singles, the information for the gala is all on the link tree, Meet the Thurmans. So
Okay.
you can go to one place and just go and be great and find us there.
There you go. Go and be great. I like that. Kate,
Mhm.
I love messing with you. Congratulations on
Thank you.
everything. Excited about the great things that are happening. Looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you.
All right. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, y'all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.